You'll never be enough for me, Evan. Not now, not ever. Those words echoed through the ballroom louder than the popping champagne corks and louder still than the silence that followed her slap. People gasped. Forks froze mid-air. Evan stood beneath the chandelier, cheeks burning, heart slamming into his ribs. Lacey had just called off their engagement in front of 200 guests, 200 judging eyes. And then came Liam. Not from the shadows, not in anger, not even in haste. Just calm, measured steps across the marble floor. He didn't say a word at first, just looked at Evan with this piercing, devastating sort of sympathy that made it all worse or maybe better. "You okay?" he asked, his voice low, private, too intimate for the middle of a party. "No," Evan whispered, "but I think I will be." Liam nodded slowly. Then, in front of everyone, he placed a hand on Evan's back, a subtle, steady gesture that said, "You're not alone anymore." Lacey had always been the perfect match on paper. They looked good in photos. Their families approved. Her laugh made people feel welcome, and Evan was agreeable, polite, safe. But none of it had ever felt real. The months leading to the engagement had been more about expectation than affection. And Liam, Lacey's older brother, had always seen it. Maybe felt it too. Liam had flown in from Chicago a week before the party. Evan had avoided him, mostly. Liam was too intense, too observant, too everything Evan was afraid to confront. But now, standing in the wreckage of his broken engagement, Evan found himself needing air. He slipped out to the balcony, tie loosened, hands shaking. The October wind bit at his skin. "You sure know how to throw a party," came Liam's voice behind him. Evan didn't turn. "You came out here to gloat?" "God, no." Liam stepped beside him. "I came out here to make sure you didn't jump." Evan gave a breathless laugh, more broken than amused. "Not tonight. I'm not giving them the satisfaction." They stood there, silence thick between them, heavy with unspoken things. Then Liam spoke again, softer this time. "She wasn't right for you. You knew that, didn't you? I thought maybe I could be who she needed me to be." Liam's eyes flicked to him. "What about who you need?" Evan met his gaze, something fragile and terrifying blooming in his chest. "You always do that," Evan said. "Ask questions I'm not ready to answer." "Then let me say something instead," Liam replied. "I've seen you try so hard to be perfect, to please everyone, to disappear inside someone else's idea of who you're supposed to be. But Evan, you don't need to hide anymore." Evan's breath caught. "And who am I then?" Liam didn't hesitate. "Someone worth loving. Someone I've thought about too many nights in silence." Their eyes held. Evan didn't move, didn't speak. And then, for the first time that night, he stepped toward something instead of away. Toward Liam. The days after the party were brutal. Tabloids ate the scandal alive. Family members circled like vultures, whispering about embarrassment, betrayal, shame. But Evan stayed in the city, quietly crashing at a small hotel room downtown. Liam visited every day. They didn't call it anything. Not yet. Just long walks through Central Park. Coffee at odd hours. Shared silences. Lingering glances. A brush of shoulders that meant more than words. Evan told himself he was just healing. But when Liam reached across the table one night and gently took his hand in public, Evan didn't pull away. He squeezed back. When Thanksgiving came around, Lacey's family still expected Evan to attend out of some twisted sense of tradition or optics. Liam warned him it was a trap. Evan went anyway. He needed to face it. The house was tense. Lacey wouldn't look at him. Their mother was tight-lipped and cordial. Only Liam smiled, walking beside Evan with that same quiet fierceness that had carried him through the past weeks. Dinner was awkward until Lacey finally exploded. "You're sleeping with my brother now?" She spat across the table. "Seriously, Evan? What are you even doing?" Evan stood slowly. His voice was calm, but firm. "I'm doing what I should have done a long time ago. I'm choosing the person who sees me. All of me." Lacey looked like she'd been slapped. Their father went red with rage. The room crackled with tension. Liam stood too, his hand finding Evan's at his side. "You don't have to understand," Liam said to the room, "but you will respect it." They left together into the cold. That winter, Evan moved to Chicago. Quietly, no big announcements, just breathing again. He started teaching photography part-time. Liam had a loft with wide windows and creaky floors, and Evan filled it with prints of city streets and people laughing. Some nights, they didn't talk, just lay tangled on the worn couch, watching snowfall. Other nights, they talked about the past, about shame, about the versions of themselves they'd buried. "You saved me," Evan said one night, forehead against Liam's chest. Liam kissed his temple. "No, you chose you. I was just lucky enough to be there when you did." Spring came, not with fanfare, but with tulips and rain and the slow unfolding of a life Evan had only dreamed about. He was in love, truly, finally, and not just with Liam but with himself, the version that could laugh without guilt, live without pretending. One morning, Evan found Liam sitting on the balcony, reading. "Hey," Evan said, patting over in bare feet. "What are you doing?" "Waiting for you to wake up," Liam replied with a soft grin. "I like starting my mornings with you." Evan smiled, sat beside him, took his hand. He didn't need a grand ending. This was enough. This was everything. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe to stay updated with the latest videos.